Pierre, thank you for being here in New York City.
Thank you. Great to be back. Thank you.
And, you know, I'm always amazed the number of Canadians in New York City that do extraordinary work all over the C-suite. There's a lot of them tonight in the room, so I want to say hello to everyone. You know, and you've named a few things that, well, a lot of things that we're doing together. Here in New York City, when I was a diplomat, I mean, I could witness, you know, roads being done with cement and asphalt from Canada. I'm very proud that the hydro project, you know, the largest binational energy project that we have, is going to be completed in the spring. And so energy will start flowing on that new line, which is an engineering work that's been going on for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, all the way to Astoria, Queens in New York, and we'll start powering New York. So this is the kind of collaboration that we've been working on. My friend, Yannick Nézet-Séguin, has been conducting the Metropolitan Opera for over a decade. Guy from Montreal. So it makes me extremely proud when I see all of that between Canada, but in particular Quebec and New York. Now, you talked about it, there is headwinds in the relationship. And I, for one, think it's extremely important to engage with Americans right now. We need to be out here, and I really want to give you immense credit for being in Michigan, for being in Texas yesterday, and for being with us in New York today. So thank you for being here, and welcome to New York City again. So a lot of people in the room haven't had a chance to meet with you yet. And you've talked about the economy and trade. Can you elaborate a little bit on your philosophy and your principles with regards to economy and trade?
Well, going back to first principles, at the risk of being repetitious, I genuinely do believe in Adam Smith's vision of free enterprise, that voluntary exchange is the single greatest source of economic well-being, that this means, in practical terms, very small government, low taxes, limited regulatory barriers, extremely fast permitting, and for the government to focus on doing a few things right rather than doing a lot of things poorly. Narrowly focused on national defense, borders, basic infrastructure, a safety net for people who can't provide for themselves, but then get out of the way of workers, entrepreneurs, and consumers to let them exchange with one another and get better off. In Canada, this means the areas where this is most practically needed is in natural resources and home building. We should be the fastest place on earth to get a permit to dig a mine, a well, build a pipeline, expand a port, or build a home so that our young people can afford a place to live. Those are just some of the examples of how this plays out. But very clearly, what we see when we look around the world is the countries that have the most economic freedom have the highest standard of living, the least poverty, the best life expectancy, all of the best social conditions. They're all in places with free enterprise. So my purpose is to make Canada the freest economy in the world.
So we heard Prime Minister Carney recently lay out a vision and a partnership with China. So when you think about, you know, the strains in the relationship of the United States, and I think that's partly why he did that, what are the differences that you can think about in trade between China and, say, the United States?
Well, I'm not going to disparage my Prime Minister on foreign turf, so I won't counter his position here. There'll be plenty of time for that in the House of Commons. Please tune in at 2:15 Monday through Thursday for question period, and we'll try to put on a good show. So have your popcorn ready. But here, I would just say, look, we trade. This is not a criticism of the Prime Minister. It's just my view. You've asked me to compare the Chinese market with the American market. We've got to trade and talk with China, and we have to engage with that country. As I said, it's a brilliant civilization and an incredibly industrious people. But there is no getting away from the fact that we sell 20 times as much to the United States as we sell to China. We live right next door. The United States, American capitalism is the most powerful force in the history of economics. The American military is by far the most powerful military in the history of armaments. And, of course, the American people are our friends. So our alliance, our historic alliance with the United States, is far more important and far more immediate, and we must do everything we can to preserve it.